And it's Arcanine PC. We're by far the greatest team that the world has ever seen. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. You can call me Kai Guy, and if this is your first time here, then welcome to you. I am your coach of the Arcanine Pokemon Club. That is Arcanine PC for short. And we are here for our week number 2 battle in the Swarm Division of the NBA. If you did miss last week's battle, I would say make sure you go check that out. But, yeah, so anyways, last week's battle did not go our way by any stretch of the imagination. It was a pretty handedly given loss on my end. I held lots of L's last week. And by lots, I mean only one, because it only counts for one in the loss column. But the differential did not feel good. Anyway, so we're going to be trying to bounce back this week after a very, very tough and disappointing loss last week. Going up against Resh and their very, very scary team. I've got a picture on the screen for you guys. I'll kind of follow along with what I have on my screen. And we can break down and discuss their team as well as what I'm bringing this week and the moveset potential. So let's take a look. Starting off, we've got Tornadus Therian, Iron Treads, Iron Hands, Zarude, Glamora, Mega Slowbro, Grimmsnarl, Araquanid, Electros, and Carbink. And their two Terra Captains, are Zarude and Araquanid. So pretty solid team. I really like the Iron Treads Tornadus Therian combo. I think that's a very, very scary 1-2 punch to have to face, which, since I have to face them, I'm very much not looking forward to that. Mega Slowbro, I think, is a little bit underrated. I think it only really can do, like, one thing, but the one thing it does super well. Glamora is annoying just because of the ability to remove hazards as well as set hazards. It's super, super frustrating. Yeah, pretty solid team all around, and an Iron Hand is just a demon. I don't know what you want from me. Yeah, pretty solid team. I think I've got some 6 that can take it on, though, so hopefully things go our way this week and we don't get destroyed by an Ogerpon again. Maybe our Ogerpon can do the destroying instead, because that's what we're going to be starting off with. We got Leechgrave, the Ogerpon Cornerstone, holding the Cornerstone Mask, that's all it can hold, with Swords Dance, Substitute, Ivy Cudgel, and Horn Leech. A little bit of inspiration from our opponent last week. I feel like Ivy Cudgel plus Horn Leech kind of wrecks my opponent, to be honest. Ivy Cudgel hits Tornadus. Horn Leech at +2 is going to do a lot to Iron Treads. Same with Iron Hands. Zarude does not want to take a +2 Ivy Cudgel. Same with Glamora. Mega Slowbro doesn't want to take a +2 Horn Leech. Yeah, Araquanid is weak to Ivy Cudgel until it terras. So yeah, this thing kind of sets up and goes in this week. I almost put Trailblaze over Sub, because I feel like Trailblaze would have been good for a speed boost. But out of respect for the Ogerpon that destroyed me last week, I felt like I had to put Substitute. So we are rocking max attack on this thing with 32 Spadef and 110 speed with a Jowling Nature to boost that speed. This is to speed creep a Iron Treads, I believe, from what I remember correctly. Because Iron Treads hits 106 since we're 110. If they run max speed Iron Treads, we will be 1 point faster than them. So that'll be good to be able to outspeed everything on their team except the Tornadus Therian, which naturally outspeeds us. So other than that, we'll be able to pick up a nice speedy attack off on everything else. So that's kind of why we're rocking this week. But yeah, the rock and grass coverage looks super good. So hopefully Leechgrave can put in some work. Next up is Red Hot Chili the Moltres, holding the heavy-duty boots with Flame Body, and the moves Roost, Defog, U-Turn, Flamethrower. Pretty standard Moltres, absolutely Fizz Def out the wazoo, max HP, max defense with a Bold Nature. A little bit of Spadef in there too, but it's not really going to matter too much. This is mainly here for mons like the Iron Hands, as well as the Grimmsnarl and the Zarude. I don't expect my opponent to bring a Araquanid in, so I haven't really prepped too much for it. If anything, I feel like that'd be an Aggron answer. That Aggron should take that on after we Mega Evolve, because of how bulky we will be on the defensive side. But don't underestimate that thing. It, like, hits stupid hard. Water Bubble Liquidation, especially with Choice Band or Misted Water Boost, it hits like a truck. Like, that mon's really good. So hopefully I don't underestimate it this week and it ends up destroying me again. But yeah, pretty standard Moltres, max HP, max defense, kind of mainly here for Zarude as well as the Iron Hands. Even though we're kind of weak to Iron Hands, if we get a Flame Body burn off on that thing, that could be very helpful. Roost is there to heal ourselves, Defog to get rid of their opponent's hazards, U-turn for momentum, Flamethrower just for general stab. Pretty standard Moltres. Next up, we got Storm Rider, our Thunderous Therian. I keep wanting to say Tornadus Therian because our opponent has it. Our Thunderous Therian with heavy-duty boots and the Volt Absorb ability. And the moves Agility, Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt, Terra Blast. So this could be a good Iron Hands counter if needed because of the Volt Absorb ability. So if they bring in their if they bring in their Iron Hands on my Moltres, I can go Storm Rider here. We can Agility, we can Nasty Plot, boost our speed, boost our special attack. And then Thunderbolt kind of destroys. Same thing with Terra Blast. We're Terra Blast fighting this week, so the combination of these two attacks kind of run shop on my opponent. Tornadus doesn't want to take a Thunderbolt. Iron Treads doesn't want to take a Terra Fighting. Zaru doesn't want to take a Terra Fighting before it Terras. Glamora, I think, gets bodied by Terra Blast Fighting. Mega Slowbro doesn't want to take a Electric type attack. It kind of runs shop on the opponent, so we take those, honestly. As for the spread here, we've got 176 in HP, max special attack with a modest nature to boost that special attack even further, and then 76 speed. I believe after an agility, we outspeed a +1 treads. I believe was the goal of this. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It might have been, it was either a +1 treads with a booster energy, or it was a Tornadus Therian with a Choice Scarf. I can't remember which, and I'm not going to do the math right now, but it was one of the two. So essentially, we're trying to just outspeed it. It might have been the Tornadus, so that way we could outspeed everything. I think that was probably what it was. I think that's correct. I'm pretty sure it was Tornadus. So I think after +2, we outspeed a +1 Tornadus Therian. So if it's Choice Scarf randomly, we'll be able to outspeed it no matter what, as long as we have our agility up. So something to keep in mind right there. But that's going to be Storm Rider this week. Next up is Large Body, our Mega Aggron, holding the Aggronite with Sturdy. And move Stealth Rock, Roar, Earthquake, Heavy Slam. Pretty standard Mega Aggron, max HP, max Def, with a little bit of defense and an impish nature. Rocks are there, so we can get hazards up on the opponent's side of the field. Roar, because we definitely needed it last week, and I'm not bringing it again. High Fiora. Earthquake is mainly there for the Glamora, just to get a big hit off on that. It also does good damage to Iron Treads and Iron Hands as well. Heavy Slam is mainly for the Grimmsnarl and the Tornadus, just do a good bit of damage off on them. Pretty standard Aggron, get hazards, roar things out, eat up hits, you know, the whole shebang. Next up is Pink Concerto, our Tapu Lele, holding the Choice Scarf with Psychic Surge, and the moves Moonblast, Psychic, Focus Blast, Reflect. Tapu Lele looks insane this week, honestly. It honestly looks so good, so that's why I had to bring it. Like, I couldn't not bring it this week. We've got Psychic here for the Iron Hands, Psychic or Moonblast for the Zaru before it Terras, Psychic for the Glamora, Focus Blast hits the Iron Treads. Yeah, it does good work to a solid amount of the opponent's team. Like, same thing with Tornadus Therian. I'm pretty sure, like, even if it's Assault Vest, max HP, max Def, I'm pretty sure Psychic still 2-hit KOs from this. So it allows us to be as powerful as possible. But yeah, this combination of moves is pretty good into my opponent's team. Also, Reflect is here just as like a last-ditch effort. Like, if we need something to get some physically defensive boost going, this thing can get off a quick Reflect to help stave off the Iron Hands, the Zarude, maybe the Iron Treads, we'll see. So yeah, Reflect is there just as like a last-ditch effort to help the rest of the team before Pink Concerto goes down. Rocking a modest nature this week with max special attack, 156 HP, 100 speed. I believe a +1... No, hold on, I have to think about this. I believe Lele with a Scarf outspeeds the opponent's entire team. I'm pretty sure we outspeed the Tornadus as long as we're +1 here. Or it might have been the Treads, because I don't know if +1 Lele hits... I don't know. What is this thing's speed cap out at? I'm not sure. Space 121. I feel like it was maybe for Treads to get off a nice little Focus Blast on that thing. I feel like that might have been the case. I don't remember, but we're rocking this, so it'll be fine. Finally, we got Parasol Beauty, the Pheasant Dipty, holding Black Sludge with Toxic Chain. U-turn, Roost, Play Rough, Toxic. Pretty standard Fez, max HP, max defense, a little bit of Spadef. U-turn for Momentum, Roost to heal, Play Rough for just general Fairy Stab, and Toxic to spread a little purple color around. So our Black Sludge heals us. Toxic Chain will also be able to get a little purple going around. Could be nice. So that's going to be our team this week for our battle against Resh. let's go ahead and jump into the battle. Before we do, though, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning into this. I appreciate y'all watching the Draft League content. If you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. We're on our way to 900 subscribers, and I'd really appreciate if you could help me hit that, trying to hit that before the end of the year. And it lets me know you really want me to keep doing this type of content on this channel, so I would really appreciate that. I think I've held you all long enough. Let's go ahead and jump into the battle. I will see you guys in just a moment. All right, we are back. Got all connected up with Resh and had the battle. Looking at the team that they brought, we see Glimmora, Tornadus Therian, Iron Treads, Zarude, Iron Hands, and Eelektross. Pretty much what I expected them to bring outside of the Eelektross. I thought maybe they could end up bringing something like the Grimmsnarl or the Araquanid instead, but we see they have the Eelektross. So pretty interesting pick on my opponent's part. We'll see how that ends up rolling. Also, I just want to say, shout out Resh for the Yancey profile picture. I see you. I respect it. Yancey the GOAT. Hell yeah. Alright, so looking at their team, possible leads could be just a Tornadus to just get a general scout on my team since it outspeeds pretty much everybody and get off some momentum with U-turn or hit off hard with like a Bleak Wind. Another possible lead could be the Glimmora just to get up its Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rocks. Also could be the Treads as well. Those are the three most likely leads. Looking at them, I think I decided to end up leading with either my Aggron or my Ogerpon. Let's go ahead and see what I ended up doing. So they do lead Glimmora as I lead with my Aggron. So thinking about it, I was like, okay, looking at this, I know they could have Earth Power. Because Glimmora gets that, but I feel like they might just want to set their stuff up. So I'm thinking, all right, I can either just go for rocks here, or I could just click Earthquake immediately, turn 1, and see how that fares for me. And I decide I'm going to Mega Evolve and go ahead and click Earthquake. Because of my filter, I'll be able to eat the Earth Power up now, only doing about 48. And an Earthquake will bring them down to their Sash. And set up Toxic Spikes on my side of the field because of their Toxic Debris ability. But that's fine because I do have Pheasantipity anytime I want to just bring that in and get those down immediately. So honestly, I'm okay with this. Aggron is going to take another Earth Power. That's fine. I live on 1, and I'm going to get an Earthquake off and KO that thing. Again, Toxic Debris does not matter. That is fine. They bring in the Tornadus. As I'm boasting about my one more KO than last week. Hashtag dub. Ethan, you go on the board. Alright, so looking at this, Tornadus comes in. I know this thing's just going to U-turn. It does 1% no matter what. My switch into Fez is free because then I get the Toxic Spikes gone. And I should be able to eat the U-turn as well as eat anything up that this thing wants to go for. So I'm going to go ahead and pivot into my Fez, get those Toxic Spikes off the field. They do get a crit. Don't think it matters. In comes the Treads, which is kind of what I figured they would do. So looking at this, I'm like, all right, I got to bring in the Moltres. I feel like they could end up having a rock move, which is big unfortunate, but I have to make the play nonetheless. They do set their Stealth Rocks here. I'm okay with that. They do see the Rock Slide, which is a bit annoying. I'm going to defog those rocks away immediately. I had a feeling they might just set up their rocks again right here, which is why I wanted to go to Ogerpon now, because I thought they might reset the rocks and I could keep my Sturdy intact this way. So I'm going to go right into Ogerpon, as I see they do reset rocks, which I kind of expected. Looking at this now, I think Swordsdance is kind of free, because I will outspeed. We know they're not Choice Scarf, and they're not Booster. Earthquake, not doing too much. We eat it up, and it doesn't seem like they have a Steel move. It seems like it's probably Stealth Rock, Rock Slide, Earthquake, maybe either Ice Spinner or Rapid Spin. So they get their Earthquake off as I get to +2. My Horn Leech goes off, does big damage, heals me up quite a bit. Earthquake bringing me down to about 23. And this is kind of where I wish I had Trailblaze, because I'm pretty sure if I just click it right here, I think I just win the game. But unfortunately, I do not have it, so I'm just going to have to click... I should have clicked Ivy Cudgel there. Or, I mean, Horn Leech there just to get some HP back. But that was a bit of a misplay on my part. Not sure why I did that. Maybe I was predicting a switch into the Tornadus. I think that was probably what it was. I think I knew Ivy Cudgel killed, and I didn't want to take a possible Rocky Helmet or... just get off a not very effective attack on this thing. So I was like, I'll just go for the Ivy Cudgel here. We ended up scoring a crit. Pretty sure it didn't matter based on my calcs. So we now have a +2 Ogerpon just chilling in. If I would have had Trailblaze, this game would probably be over, but unfortunately, I do not. So unfortunately, this is going to outspeed me and KO me with U-turn. That is fine. And we see they bring in the Eel here. So I'm like, all right, Moltres, I'm not really scared of this thing. Go ahead and roost up on it. Actually, no, I go for defog. Why did I defog? I should have roosted there. Because now Moltres dies to discharge, which I think is fine because I really wanted those rocks gone for my Aggron to be a late game switch in as like a sack, as well as my LELE. But I'm not sure why I did. I should have roosted first and then gone for the defog. All right, so in comes the Parasol Beauty, the Pheasantipity. This thing eats up any hit from this guy. I'm gonna get a Toxic off on it as they're gonna Heavy Slam. Yum. I'm max HP, max defense, so that's eaten all day. We get our... Oh, am I max HP? Am I max Spadef or max defense? I'm pretty sure max defense. I'm pretty sure I am. We get a Toxic off on this thing. That Heavy Slam does 0 to me. I get a Play Rough off. Does a good chunk. As we see, they're going to UE on out. Most likely Assault Vest on this thing based on that moveset. In comes the Zarude. And we saw at the beginning of the game, I believe they were Terra Poison, I want to say. Yes, they are indeed the Terra Poison. Okay, so because of that, I know I can't Toxic this. So I'm like, all right, I think I'm just going to get a UE off. If they want to stay in and go for a Poison-type attack into Fez, I should eat 1 because of my moveset. And then LELE can come in and just kind of click Psychic. So they end up going for Bulk Up right here. So I feel very happy with my choice of moveset. I chose to U-turn on out into my LELE. And if you look at that, his 1 Psychic immunity on their field is Null and Void now. It is now a Poison type. So Psychic is just kind of free now. So I will be clicking it right here. This is a Scarf LELE. I outspeed. Psychic will KO. And the Zarude goes down. So no more Terror on my opponent's side of the field. In comes the Tornadus. And I'm like, even if you're Assault Vest, I'm pretty sure the Psychic's still 2 shots. And it do, 56%. That is a massive damage right there. And they go for the Bleak Wind Storm here. They do get the speed drop, which I think matters a little bit. So I was like, all right, just to make sure LELE is still good to go around, I'm going to bring in my Aggron and sack this thing off. Because I had a feeling they would probably UE here, so now they don't keep their momentum, which is good. In comes the Electros. It's taking poison damage. That is great for me. I'm like, I feel like this might be a good opportunity to bring in my Thundurus here. So I do bring him in. He's on the timer right here, and I'm really just like, well, I can just kind of set up and win, no? So I'm going to go for the Agility. Oh, no, I go for Nasty Plot first. I go for the Nasty Plot right here. As we see, he has the Dragon Tail, so very nice tech on my opponent's part, making sure they phase me out. Very, very smart on my opponent's part as the Fez comes back in. But once again, this thing cannot really touch Fez. So, and based on its moveset, we see Discharge is the best thing it has for me. Everything else does nothing or won't hurt me at all. So, I'm just like, I'm clicking Play Rough. I want this thing gone. As they discharge me. And they do get the Para, which is a bit annoying. But I don't think it matters too much. We do take that thing out thanks to Toxic. So, that's a KO credit for Fez. Looking at this, they bring in the Tornadus here. So, I'm just going to go ahead and freely U-turn. So, we see they get a Bleak Wind off. Do I get the Toxic? I do. That's beautiful for me. In comes Storm Rider. If they have the Icy Wind, so be it. I am just going to click my Thunderbolt here. They Icy Wind. Or no, I go for Nasty Plot. I should have Thunderbolted. I end up going for the Icy Wind here. And that is going to lower my speed. So I'm really glad I did an Agility here. Because I had a feeling they might have it. So I'm just like, I'm going to Nasty Plot. As they do make an over prediction right here. I had a feeling I'd live another Icy Wind based on that calc. And a Bleak Wind Storm will do less to me. So I was like, I thought about Terra fighting to not take super effective damage from the Icy Wind. But if they Bleak Winded there, they would have easily KO'd me. So you see, I do not Terra, and they actually end up missing, which is very unfortunate for them. But I'm just going to freely click the Thunderbolt here. This thing's going to go down. And all that leaves is the Iron Hands. So I'm going to Terra now and get off a nice Terra Blast boosted Terra Fighting. And it does 79. As we see, they go for the Ice Punch. Even though I am not of Flying type anymore, we see that does still KO. I mean, that did some big damage. Holy cow. But Tapu Lele can just freely come in, click Psychic, and that is a GG back into the win column, baby. Let's freaking go. Your Arcanine Pokemon Club, pick up that win, move to 1-1 on the season. Tapu Lele putting in work. Same thing with Thundurus. Ogerpon looking pretty good. I was really shocked with how well Pheasantipity was this game. I really like this mon. I'm excited to use it more throughout the season. So yeah, we pick up a Dubsky. We're back in the win column after the hugely disappointing loss from last week, so I'm very happy to see that. We'll be back here next Sunday for another exciting battle here in the NBA, so I hope you guys will tune in to that. Definitely subscribe if y'all are new around here. It helps me out a ton. Lets me know you really enjoy the Draft League content as well. And it makes me very happy. Human like it when number go up. What can I say? But yeah, I really appreciate everybody checking out the video. Definitely subscribe if y'all are new around here. I will be back here next Sunday for week 3. I will catch y'all then. Until then, though, I'm going to leave y'all with this.